there, welcome to Chris's Magic. This is a tutorial this week, in particular the tutorial of trick number 15, where only 8 cards are used. I'm going to do a performance and a tutorial. Please leave a like on the video, also subscribe to the channel, and also leave any comments that you have, and also share the channel and the video. Really helps, and thanks to everybody for doing that. But here is the performance. Pack cards, mixed up and random, as you can see. But we only need 8 for this, so let's just take them from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're the only cards that we need. So you can see these are all mixed up and random. I'm going to go ahead, shuffle them up just to mix them up a little bit more. And I'd ask the spectator to select one of them. Let's say they select that one. I'll show you the camera, I'm not going to look. And let's mix that up with a few shuffles into the deck. So you can see that is there. And we're ready to begin. So what's going to happen is I'm going to show the spectator all of the 8 cards one at a time, but in 2 piles of 4. I don't want them to say anything or do anything and to indicate where their card is. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's first 4. Next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd ask them, did they see their card and in what pile? I'd expect them to say pile 1. And here's the thing, with a snap of the fingers, pile 1 goes from 4 cards to 3 cards. And pile 2 goes from 4 cards to 5 cards. And I would expect their card to be there. And that is the performance. Let's go on to the tutorial. So this really is, first things first, we do need 8 cards and they are completely random. Obviously it helps for clarification and everything if they are a mix of red and black, but if you did have all black or 8 reds, it wouldn't make a huge amount of difference. So let's just take them from the bottom. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You then go and genuinely just show them all 8 and show that they are random, and then you get into the shuffle. So there is a specific way to do this. I will come into why later, but just this is how you do it. So you take 3 from the top, 1, 2, and they go on top of the bottom ones, and then 3. So you've got 3 there, and then you shuffle the rest of them. You do the same again. So 1, 2, 3, but instead of shuffling this, you just drop the pack on the top, and then the third time again, 1, 2, 3, and then shuffle the rest. So just to clarify that again, you're taking 3 single cards and dropping them on top of each other from the top of the deck. So 1, 2, 3, and you're doing this 3 times. First time, you're shuffling the rest of them. Second time, 1, 2, 3, and instead of shuffling the rest, you're just dropping the rest of the pack on top. And the third time, 1, 2, 3, and again like the first time, shuffling the rest. I'll come to why that has to happen a bit later on. And then, so they're all shuffled, and then what you do is ask the spectator to select a card. Can be any of the cards. Let's just say they select this one. So everything up until here, apart from the specific way that you shuffle, is completely genuine and free choice. They've selected this card, the Jack of Hearts, and then you have to shuffle it into the deck. And the reason that you have to shuffle it in exactly the same way with the 3 individual cards from the top, and then shuffle the rest, do it again but drop the pack, and then do it again and shuffle the rest, is because you need the card, their selected card, in this position here, second from the bottom. And the way you do that is by this little shuffle here. So what you do, and the reason I do that at the start is because you're doing that here, so it looks genuine at the start, so therefore they're not really going to question why you're doing it now in a specific way, because you've already done it. If you shuffled them normally and then did this, it would look slightly different potentially, so maybe then they would question why you're doing a different type of shuffle. Anyway, so the first time, 1, 2, 3, and this time slightly differently, you take their card and it gets put into that 4th position as so. Normally the spectator would be there, so they'd put that in for you so you wouldn't have to drop the cards. and then you shuffle the rest on top, and then you go into the same routine again. So 1, 2, 3, instead of shuffling, drop the pack on top, and again 1, 2, 3, and shuffle the rest. And as you can see, if you turn them up, their card is second to bottom, and that's where you need it. So just to recap, their card is selected there. You take one card from the top, next from the top, next from the top. Their card goes in the 4th position. The rest of the cards shuffle on top, as you would normally. Second time, 1 from the top, 2 from the top, 3 from the top. The pile then just goes on top. Third time, 1, 2, 3, and then shuffle the rest on. And their card is in that position here. And from now, so you're in this position, you then turn them over. You obviously don't show their card there. So you've just shuffled them, turn them over, and explain what you're going to do. So you're showing them each individual card one at a time, but you're doing it in 2 piles of 4. Tell them not to say anything, do anything, or indicate where their card is. And you're peeling them off in this way. So you're holding the cards, for me, in the right hand with the thumb on the inner edge, your middle finger and ring finger on the outer edge. Your index finger is free, as is your pinky. And with the other hand, you're like this. So all 4 of your fingers are on the inner edge. Your thumb is on the top, and it's in the kind of groove of your hand there. So it can't go anywhere. And you're peeling cards off from the top with your thumb. So your thumb is on the top, and as you do that, your other fingers can be free. Not like that, ever so slightly, like this. And the card is going to fall into your hand. So if I do this slowly, it's going to fall like that. So again, I can't really do it without taking this hand off, but if I hold it like that, you might be able to see. So you're sliding the card with your thumb, your other hands are free. So if you push down on your thumb, it can be hard, maybe not hard. You don't really want the cards to split. So like this, you can see that they've split there. You want them kind of flush. So you've got to find that point where you can slide it and the other cards stay flush. That will just be a bit of practice. So as I say, you slide it out, let them drop into your curled fingers, and then you're in that same position again. And you're doing exactly the same for all of the 4 cards. So you've done the first one. This is the second one, their card. And what you want to do here is get a bit of a pinky break. So you want your pinky to go in between the 2 cards. I haven't done that very well. Let me start that again. So you want your pinky to go in between the cards, so you've got a little bit of a gap. If you can see that there. So here, you've got a little bit of a gap. And as you do the next card, so every time you do a card, you then move the rest of the deck over on top to peel off. So this is the 3, and what you're doing as you go over is you're hiding the 3. So this is the 3, you can see that. You're then peeling off the next one by hiding the 3. So you can only see the jack there, you can't see the 3. And as you peel that off, that will go directly on top, and you can't see the 3 at all, and you've got the little pinky break. And as you go over to this one, what you're doing is you're gripping, your thumb is gripping the bottom card, which in this case is the 3. I'll leave that on the table. And it's also gripping this card here, which is the jack. So let me do that again. So it's going to be gripping I can't really get the camera angle, but it's going to be gripping the jack, and as you peel, and you're doing in the same motion, gripping the jack and peeling off the 3 of clubs. And what you've essentially done is stolen the jack to the bottom of the deck, and here you've got the 2 3s. So when I said we're going to do 2 piles of 4, you're not actually doing that at all. You're doing 1 pile of 3, and then there'll be 5 left. So let me kind of run through that again. 3 of hearts comes off, you put the deck over the top, and you peel off the jack, get a pinky break underneath. So there's a gap, so you can see that there. As you pull it over the next one, grab the jack. So you've got the pinky break. As the next one comes over, grab the jack with your thumb and peel off the next one. You've then taken the jack to the bottom of the deck, and then you carry on as normal. There's no pinky break needed here because you've got what you needed, which is their card, to the bottom of this pile. And you take off the next 2, so that's the 5, and then the jack of, no, sorry, I've done too many there. Let me get them in position again. So the 3 of hearts goes down. That's the first card. The rest of the deck goes over. As you peel off the jack, get a pinky break. Next goes over that. You grab the jack with your thumb, peel off the next one. The jack is stripped and is at the bottom of the deck. So that's what the spectator sees is 3 cards, and then the 5 goes over. That's card 4, but in reality there's only 3. You put that on the table, try not to split it too much and show there's 3. So now in here you have 5 cards. In reality, the spectator thinks you've got 4, but in reality you've got 5, their card at the bottom of the deck. So you're doing exactly the same here, no pinky break. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one you've obviously got 2. But if you've peeled them off at that point, they're going to be like this. And flush, so it only looks like 1, and you just put that one on top, and their card is there. Let me show you that again. So 1, 2, 3. So you can see here there's only 1 card it looks like, but there's actually 2, and that just goes on top, so you don't need to peel that off. Quickly it will look 1, 2, 3, 4, and you put that down on the deck, and the trick is therefore done. And then it's just how you want to present it. So you can ask them what their card was. They'll say the Jack of Hearts. You'd ask them, you can ask them after the first pile, did you see your card? They'll say yes, because it will be in the first half, and then you put that down on the table. Or you can ask them at the end, like I did, did you see your card? Yes. Which pile was it in? First pile. And then it's just how you present it. So snap of the fingers, and then you show that 4 cards have become 3, and that 4 cards have become 5, and their card is there. It's just how you want to present that last part. But as soon as you've got the 2 piles, so of 3 cards and 5 cards, the trick is done. So yeah, so points to remember there, the little shuffle routine. Make sure you do that. I do it twice, as I say, because then it makes it look genuine, because you've already done it once when nothing funny is going on. So when something funny is going on and a move is going on, they're not necessarily going to register that, because you've already done it when nothing has happened. And then the little peel off. Pinky break. Let me do that again. The peel off and the pinky break, and then the steal as you peel off the next one. And then let me do it with all of them, the last 2 cards, which won't be split, and you just put on top. And then the reveal and the presentation of the reveal. And that is the tutorial for this trick. It's one of my favorites. It's 300 people have watched this, so I thought I'd do a tutorial for that. Hope you liked it. Please let me know what you think. Please hit the like, please hit the subscribe. Also share the video, hit the notification bell, add any comments that you have, suggestions, and be back next week with a trick next week. Thanks so much for watching.